Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 8 German premium battleship, the Tirpitz. Now my captain skills are priority target, jack of all trades, adrenaline rush, basics of survivability, superintendent, advanced fire training, and manual secondaries. Now my modules are protect my main batteries, longer shooting secondaries, DAMCOM 1, DAMCOM 2, and concealment. Now this is my Frederick D. Grober captain, so that is why I'm running superintendent. I do like the extra hydro I get with the tech tree German battleships, but for the most part, this is my build for my Bismarck, de Grober, and Kurfürst. As you can see, we're on the map north here, and usually what I believe is the best strategy is an AC, because the way you get B is you take over A, and the way you get D is to take over C. If the enemy are so inclined to go to D, screw them, let them go. They'll be out of the fight for about 5 or 6 minutes, depending on how slow they are. Which means you will have less ships to deal with at sea. So, I let my thoughts be known in chat. I let them know I'm going to support C. It looks like our cruisers are maybe making a break for D, maybe not, but our New Mexico is kind of pushing that way, and kind of thinking, if I take the lead here and show them I'm fully committed to helping defend and capture C, that they'll stop this push to D. Now, I'm sure what they're thinking is, oh, well, we can get some shots in on our way to D. Well, that's great, but what do you do after that? I am now committed. Now, I do have another cruiser to my left here, and it looks like he's trying to support B and C. And that's fine, and you've got to be freaking kidding me. Somebody destroyed a torp tube. I didn't even get a chance to torp anybody yet. See, the attack goes at extremely low speed, sitting broadside. I may not have the best dispersion, but even once in a while RNG will shine down upon me and let me double citadel you. I noticed my health is, for the most part, quickly evaporating or being non-existent, so it's time to skedaddle. Now, I know I can overmatch the Warspite as I get some glorious accuracy and get a nice 10k salvo on the bow of the Warspite. Now, for those of you who do not know, you will not see me manually click who I want my secondaries to shoot at. The replays do not show that, but with with manual secondaries, your secondaries will not shoot until you click something. So if you see my secondary shooting at something, I have selected it. I failed to notice that the destroyer slowed down so much, so those torps are going absolute nowhere. But this guy sent 3 waves of torpedoes to, well, yeah. He really did launch those way too early, because as you can see, I usually avoided all of them. At this point, I'm thinking, if this goddamn New Orleans was over here, oh, we could have popped radar. We could have killed the DD. We could be capping C. But it looks like maybe the New Mexico, I don't know, was forced to turn some way and got put in an awkward position. But my attitude is, you guys are no help. Screw you. Go to D. I'm not going to bother with you. I might as well help with an A-B now. As far as I'm concerned, everybody on C side is already dead, because, as you can see, we lost C. Now you guys are all cut off at D, and there's very little for us to do in the way of supporting and helping you. Because those guys are behind the islands, and there's really not much I can do. Well, if somebody on the enemy team comes over to D, they can clearly shoot over and kill you. But at this point, I'm absolutely petrified of where the hell that destroyer is, because there is nothing stopping him from just coming over here. I'm detected. I can't see what's detecting me. It has to be the destroyer. The destroyer is either doing one of two things. It's coming after me, or it's going after the guys that are at D. Now, because I come around this little island here, I don't know. I'm taking a huge gamble in what I'm about to do, but I'm thinking that guy was going after the New Mexico because, I'm pushing more towards my team. His teammates might be asking him for help on those guys. And I've already shown some degree of I can dodge torpedoes. But I do have my guns looking this way because I can't hit anything on A because they're behind an island. Can't hit anything at C because they're at an island. But luckily this New Mexico is coming out. Gonna take a shot in at him. Obviously had him selected for my secondaries, and I got a decent 6,000 salvo. No point in just sitting here. We technically have 2 caps to their 1, but as you can see, A side has quickly kind of turned into a kiting battle for our team. We're both down 3 ships. I think we are down a battleship, a cruiser destroyer, where they are down a destroyer and 2 cruisers. So what I suspect that means is our heavy hitter at A died. Their heavy hitters are still alive. Now those guys at A are actually making the right call, but they're starting to get too far out of the fight. They are in a kiting position. They are doing a retreating fight, waiting for us at B to get off our butts, get over here and give them help. Just like our friendlies at D, now these guys at A are cut off. They are going to have to fight 2 different forces. They're going to have to fight a force from the north. They're going to have to fight a force in the south, which means somebody probably will have a broadside on them. I will always shoot at destroyers. Well, not always. Sometimes you just need to finish a low-out target. But I will usually, 9 times out of 10, shoot at a destroyer before I will shoot at something else. Notice the Indianapolis within secondaries, and how dare my Nurembergs not be shooting. Let them shoot it on the Indianapolis, who, for whatever reason, I think is actually reversing. So that's making it even easier for me because I like to play with my speed sometimes. Well, actually, I play with my speed all the time when I'm kiting things away, and I want my secondaries to stay involved. Secondaries are still opening up on that guy, which means, yes, that guy is reversing. But as you can see, I'm actively fighting 2 ships, fighting in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is getting hit with my secondaries. And the Bismarck, who is showing me plenty of side. While it is not full broadside, well, now it is. But, well, it was enough for me to get some nice, good penetrating shots in and really start chunking this guy down. Now, I'm in the peculiar position of I'm being shot at B, and I'm dealing with a force in front of me at A. But luckily for me, I have secondaries. Now, I'm not going to rush a smoke cloud in a Tirpitz because I don't have hydro. This guy's shooting, and I know when he stops shooting, he'll actually will be dropping his torpedoes. Nothing at B is shooting me anymore, so I'm focusing my attention on the Tirpitz. I'm pre-selecting targets for my guns or for my secondaries. immediately switched my secondaries back to Liu Yang because this guy needs to die before anybody if we're going to have a fighting chance, because that will give us the destroyer advantage, because you can see we have two DDs that are fighting their Liu Yang. He disappeared, put my secondaries back on whatever in B, I believe it was the New Mexico, and the Warspite. But what I'm going to do is continue my reverse to try to keep the Tirpitz out of this fight for as long as possible. Was going to shoot at the New Mexico, but I want to reset this cap again. Get horrific dispersion, but luckily one shell comes down and gets the cap reset. Could have been my secondaries. The cruiser ends up scaring me with his torpedoes. But as you can see, I'm shooting at two targets, trying to reset this cap as much as possible. And it was my secondaries that did reset the New Mexico earlier, because you can see we reset the Warspite and it went to nearly full health. Now, the last thing I want to do is be in a fight with another Tirpitz. He has a slight health advantage to me, to where I am now actively getting my health back. I don't know how much he's used, but he's showing me broadside while I am staying angled to him. As I get a nice 12,000 salvo on him, but he has help in the Fuso Warspite and of course the Liu Yang. Got my secondaries on him, put secondaries back on Liu Yang, because like I said before, this guy just needs to die. Now, for whatever reason, whatever miracle happened, the guys at D lived. And I think the reason for that was because the guys just ignored them. They ignored them and they made to push over here to try to bail out their A group. I take a nice chunk of damage. Going broadside, which is the last thing I wanted to do, as I am now on extremely low health. It's not going to take much for this guy to kill me. I mean, at this point, the Liu Yang could have killed me. I'm getting hit with secondaries. And I ask our two wonderful destroyers for smoke. And I get told, you're behind an island. Who cares? Like, the whole reason I want smoke is so I can actively fight this Tirpitz to Warspite and Fuso from cover, because it's not going to take very much to kill me. I've done everything I can to support these two guys. I've shot at the destroyer. I've shot at what I thought was the biggest targets to them. While I might not have been the greatest support, I did support these guys. And my thought is this: these fucking assholes are leaving me high and dry. We can still easily lose this game. Do not kid yourself, just because we have pretty much all the caps and they don't. We can still lose this. There are still plenty of us that are low enough to where they can, rally somewhat of a comeback or make this a very, very difficult win. Luckily for me, the Liu Yang smoke is actually concealing me, so I'm going to take a shot in on his Fuso. But that's what I'm saying. If they would have laid down a smoke cloud, I could have easily fought this Fuso. This guy would have died. This would have been a much securer of a win, even though at this point, there's no way around it. Even if I die, it's just going to prolong the enemy team. But I do not want to die. Because luckily for me, I am not in a division right now with Lord Xanth, because if I was, I would have been time extended at least a minute ago. But you can see I've got, 150 health? I mean, I don't know why the enemy Tirpitz stopped fighting me, but I'm going to take a shot on his Fuso when he turns broadside, because, well, I have nothing else to shoot at and I'm dead anyways. There's not much I could do. I cannot outrun. My detection is not good enough as I get a glorious citadel. And now, time for the post-battle results. 172,000 damage. Not a single ship sank, but I got Confederate, Dreadnought, Fireproof, High Caliber, bunch of birthday achievements. I'm number one on a team with base experience of 2,100. That's 300 more than the next closest guy. Oh look, a premium made money. Yay. It's what they do. 137,000 coming from main battery, all of that AP. 16,000 from the glorious Nuremberg secondaries, and of course 17 from the Fire State did set, which was only 2. Now 1.7 million potential damage is actually fairly decent-esque for the tiers that we were dealing with, as we were just top tier. It was a tier 8 heavy game, but it's not bad. But I do like to see the number into the 2 millions. Just as a rule of thumb, I like to see at least 1.5 to make myself feel like I did something. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay, and if you guys have always heard me hammer down, it's not the amount of kills you do, it's the percentage of damage to the ships that you do for the is what you get for your experience. And as you can see here, all I got was maybe 2 assisted caps, maybe one assisted cap, but most of mine comes from just dishing out the damage and having somebody else finish them off. You don't need to kill to get the experience. You just need to do the most damage to that potential ship. Now, I always hear me say there's a slight bonus, and the way the bonus kind of works after dinging and talking to people is really what it is destroyers have such low amount of health, so the 10,000 salvo that you get on a destroyer is pretty much 90% of its health, to where that is 10% of maybe maybe 20% of a battleship. I know at the higher tiers, let's face facts, 10,000 salvo on a destroyer is 50% of its health, because most of these are running survivability expert. To where on the higher tier battleships, it's even, it's 20-15% of its health, and it's just going to heal that back unless you did get citadels. So that's how it works. That's why I say, you're better off shooting at destroyers. They're worth more experience because you're getting more of the percentages. Then, of course, you have cruisers who can obviously just be deleted by battleships, and then carriers, depending on what they are, and then battleships, depending on what they are again. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you guys send in. The description for that, or the email for that, is in the description down below. Remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please like and subscribe this video, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.